You know, we've been telling you all about France's no-go zones, hundreds of Muslim-controlled areas around Paris that outsiders and cops don't dare to explore. They chose just to give it up. We have them here in the United States, too. I bet you did not know that. Nearly 24 enclaves popping up across 9 different states.
You heard right, 24 enclaves in 9 different states here in America. These are no-go zones that are popping up all across our country. Now, we know that they exist in Europe, and now they've hit our shores. Well, I'm Lisa Haven here, and I've got a few things that I want to show you because let's be frank, we know that these kinds of areas are starting to pop up, not just internationally, but when they hit here at home, it's become a bit of an issue. Now, what you saw on the Fox News report a moment ago that I didn't show in the clip is that it further details that when they went into one of these little no-go zones, that they were kicked out, that they were told they couldn't go in the facility, they couldn't go anywhere near it, and they were told to turn around and leave. These little no-go zones have their own curriculum that they implement for their children, their own laws, including Sharia laws, and imagine the mistreatment of women that takes place in these particular areas. Well, now there is also another warning coming from abroad. Check out this report from zerohedge.com titled, "Coming to a Town Near You. An expert warns that no-go zones are growing in America." According to Rahim Kassam, a conservative political activist and author from the United Kingdom, he states that he is seeing the same things that happened in Europe now happen here in America. And quite frankly, I have to agree. Now, he's got a book that talks about different cities and stuff in these no-go zones. But let me give you an idea of the style of no-go zones that I'm talking about. The one in the video took place there in, I think it was Dearborn, Michigan, where over 100,000 Muslims are. That's 45% of the city to be exact. The area is governed by Sharia law as well. That's one that the video had referenced that you hadn't seen. But there's others that are popping up across the country. Check out this report from www.wnd.com titled, "Sharia Cop Crack Down on Minnesota Muslims." Now, here in this report, it details that Sharia cops make house checks to make sure that Muslim refugees are not becoming too, quote, westernized. No joke. They don't want refugees, to become anything like an American. So they have these Sharia law style cops that make headway into the area there. That's no joke. And that is in Minnesota there. Here is another one. This is in Hamtramck, Michigan. And this report I'm actually pulling up from the Hamtramck site, the hamtrackreview.com. And this one's titled, "Residents Complain That Call to Prayer is Too Loud." Call to prayer. They do a call to prayer in that area, but here's the thing. Back in 2015, they were also, Hamtramck, Michigan there was also the first city to elect a majority of Muslim city council. And now they've got the call to prayer for the Muslims in that city. Talk about being in a new area and not understanding the America we live in. I fear, sadly, that more of these no-go zones are going to pop up. And as the expert warned in his book, Kassam, Kassam, that's how you say his last name. I think I have to agree, because when we see things, especially Fox News reporting about it, then we know we've got something coming here in America. We already have, fully areas that we stay away from altogether because of the amount of crime and violence in some of those areas. But now we have even more so this Sharia law implementing their own rules and regulations outside of America, popping up in cities all across the country. Anyhow, I wanted to bring you that. I know it's kind of been swept under the rug, but it's something that needs to be discussed and talked about. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning into my channel. Please don't forget to go to Noble Gold and check out that. There's lots of things, and I encourage everyone to check out Precious Metals. He's got Roth IRAs. You can convert your 401ks, but this is the real deal that you see here. This is a $0.25 of silver there, and also gold, and he has all that on hand. Always good to have, especially when the dollar's unstable. Well, thanks again for tuning in. If you like what you heard, subscribe and share it everywhere. Well, I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.